What do you think this will actually change in terms of those standards and kind of public systems of security context like the CIS controls and other frameworks? And how do you think that's going to impact uh, both underwriting, but just the insurance industry in general?
It's a really good question. The cynical part of me would say we're going to be talking about this 2 years from now. We might want to like put something on the calendar and have this conversation again, because that's what the security guys would say. Security people,
Mm,
is we're going to be talking about this again. But I think that what it can possibly do for us, especially from the underwriting perspective, is allow us to move away from let's add another question because a bad thing just happened thing, right?
mhm,
And that's really, as I look at more applications that come out or the changes in the applications, and this is not a dig on the underwriters because they only know what they know,
mhm,
is it allows us to move back to your point of the frameworks to say, it's kind of like if you're doing your I-9, you option A is you have to have your social security card and your driver's license, or all of these different, your birth certificate. But if you're option B, where you have your passport, then that's all you need, right? And so I think
mhm,
it's being able to set those combinations of, if you satisfy it by doing these three things, then whether you have SolarWinds or some other thing that was just compromised, that's okay, because we know, to your point, we've done PAM, we've done identity and access management, we've done firewalls, we've done threat hunting, whatever it is that we think we need to be doing. I think those are the ways for us to get to a pure form of the controls that matter, as opposed to, well, this bad thing happened, so I guess we need to add this to the questionnaire. And I think that the way like the NIST controls and CISA and all of those others start to present that framework where you can tick the box in these quadrants that enable us to say, okay, now we've done our version of defense in depth, and so
mhm,
now we can move on to the next thing. And then there are other versions of, if you haven't, what are your compensating controls? Then
mhm,
you can start to drill into that. But I think that we've kind of moved away from that quadrant based thinking in the underwriting process, which, as we've talked about before in other discussions, concerns me, because I don't want us to teach the test where people go, I need insurance, I'm going to follow what the insurance application and forms say that I have to do. When in fact, if we are back to the controls and we can pick which framework to utilize, then that enables us to say, then you should automatically qualify. There shouldn't be something additional that an underwriter would need from you beyond your following one of those frameworks.